Okay. It's Thursday. Good afternoon. My name is Franklin, the Cherry Chimp. Shout out real quick to my family on YouTube, one step at a time. Shout out to the people in crypto Twitter. The Cherry Chimp Chronicle stream. We're here. We're in the arena. We're trying to do things. There's been a couple of things that I've seen that I have to catch up with, so I'm inviting you guys on that journey. This is me documenting my Web3, um, my Web3 journey. Um, to better understand what NFTs is, why I'm even here in the first place, what's my love behind these digital assets, what is Chimpers, what's what's the whole thing going on right now? The markets are moving. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of pessimism. People are saying NFTs are dead. Um, the 9 yards. I just think that if you have conviction, if you believe in something, you'll let it play out. And when you see red, like Warren Buffett says, be greedy when others are fearful. Um, and yeah, so this is me. This is the nice page of chimpers.com. Um, so if you zoom in, you get to see a lot of activity. You got Maz over here. You got the raccoon for the collectibles. You see Genesis Chimpers up here. It's a whole world. It's a whole world. Hogo Sean in the corner. This Genesis was recently given out as a prize from the Dojo Reserve. You see Cuddles mural there. Another Genesis. You see some chimps training under Master Chimpo. So we're trying to build a real universe here. Again, I feel that my bet on NFTs is really that the world needs new IP. A lot of this IP that we're so fond of, it's already played out. We need new worlds to explore. Um, and Chippers is making a statement that they are a case, that they are the next new generation IP ready to take over. And we see that in many different avenues, um, primarily through social media. I love to say that social media is the new TV. Everyone consumes social media. They don't really watch TV. They see what's on the socials. And uh, Chimpy, Chimpy and friends have gained massive new fans over the short time that they've began their strategy of making short form content on TikTok, on Instagram. The Giphy avenues are very important. So I'll go through all of that with you so you can see um, the avenues that this project, this team is taking to get massive recognition and eventually adoption. People will want to love, people will want to explore the Chimpverse. It's just so appealing. The art, everything is just so colorful. They're very intentional with the entertainment aspect of creating and building out. It's not just like I'm gonna throw out something and see if it sticks. They take their time. As you can see, their page is very. This is the home page. It's very colorful, and there's a lot going on here. Another Genesis chimp. We see Chimpy and um, oh wow, I had his name yesterday. Octi, sorry, I remember Octi and Chimpy there. Um, I think we've done a stream where we've met the main characters, but here I think this is Nap. This is Pixels. Again, we see other holders, which I find to be really cool. Because you're getting spotlighted on the main page. I find that to be so dope. As a holder, these are real and chimpers from the NFT collection, and people have them. And just like to shout out to them. Another Genesis holder here. Another Genesis. A couple of the 555 collection, Mr. Cuddles, and this is the team that the world is being built around. You have Master Chimpo, you have Chimpy, you have the older brother Chimpers, you have Octi, you have Cuddles, you have Pippy, and you have Mr. Quack. On the surface, who cares, right? You would say. But again, we have to highlight that their social presence is gaining massive traction. People love to interact with the shorts. Let me give you a taste of what that looks like. Let's go to TikTok.
Okay.
TikTok Chimpers. So I have it there. And here we have it. So they have a following of 1.9 million followers. They have 44.7 million likes. So they are the number one followed Web3 brand on socials. That's massive. They took the bet to build organically a fandom outside of the NFT space. Nothing here says NFTs, nothing in this page says crypto, nothing in this page has anything to do with Web3 and NFTs. So that's why I feel like it's really, really important to highlight this part of it because they're building an actual brand, an actual, uh, yeah, an actual brand. So let's see their most recent. I think maybe it's this one. Let's see. So this one was put 3 hours ago. Move your finger. They've successfully implemented the interaction video where you trace your hands and you're along the journey with Chimpy, and it's gained so much mass appeal that even creators are creating videos with them interacting with Chimpy. Again, a successful integration into Web 2, which is right here, the real life. For those in One Step at a Time, on YouTube that might not be so into crypto, if you've come across Chimpy, um, that means that the brand is successfully being um, adopted by culture. So let's just see this real quick. The art style is so cute. It's recognizable. It's kawaii style for those that are asking. Cute IP just sells. Um, and what I'm so eagerly waiting to see is how they will interact or interconnect the collection of NFTs into this world that they're building on Web 2. Um, because they are slowly crafting and making their original
OpenSea P.
OpenSea. They're slowly making their pixel collections, as you can see, their pixel collections into kawaii style, and eventually they will do both the we already have all Genesis, but eventually we'll do all of the 5,555. And then that's where things are going to get a little interesting because then this collection will now um, become alive through the Web 2 side of things. They're going to be real characters. Um, just so you can get a taste of what that looks like. I think we've seen it before here, but this is the Genesis collection now. There are only 98 of these. So let's look at Roquetto. Right? Yeah, Roquetto is on sale right now for $14,000 USD, 4.20 ETH. That's down to 420. Oh man, crypto Twitter is so funny. Okay, and this is the quiet style version of it, so you guys get an idea of how they might integrate into Chimpy and Friends world. Can't wait for that to actually happen. So that's what I'm really excited for. Um, and yeah, so I mean, while we at it, let's check the market, right? Yeah, the floor for the Genesis Chimpers is 14K. Mm, recently, there was an activity. Wow, I did not see this. Oh wow, this one happened 2 days ago. Bushi was bought at 2.25 Ethereum. Wow, that's a massive steal. Look how cool this guy looks. Sheesh. My guy got a grail, bro. Wow. Look how badass he looks. Mean. I love this one. Love this one. So, Chimpers is art. Chimpers is culture. And I recently heard a video where they mentioned this, and I just now would love to just adopt it into my vocabulary. This is more of a long term bet. So I'm letting this play out. I'm having fun with it. It's my approach is really find something that calls my name, or yells at me, like something that I like, I'm gravitating to. I purchase it and then I am active. You know, I get to meet people that also hold these chimpers, and it's just a great way to network, meet new people that are not from my area or that I would have never met if I did not have an NFT in common with them. Um, so yeah, that's a collection right there. I'll leave it there for a little bit. You saw Chimby and Friends. So yeah, 1.9 million followers. Let's get out of there real quick. And now let's hop over to token token strategy because one of the posts that I've seen that I need to catch up on is has to do with token strategy. I want to fully understand, so I'm able to explain this in like to a child, basically. So I'm trying to get a full understanding. I sort of know, but I want to know even more. And this is new technology, so there's a lot of stuff that will come up and develop. Alrighty, alrighty. So again, this is NFTstrategy.fun. We are on the Chimper Strategy collection. Mm, this is the holding of the strategy protocol. It has 0.030 ETH. I want to guesstimate that that's about like 90, $100, something like that. Depending on what the price of Ethereum is. The collection, the protocol has 366 NFTs. Um, this is pretty much how the token has been moving over this like a month that it's might have been active. Big downturn right now. Again, none of this will be investing advice. Please do your own research. I want to get that, and I'll repeat that over and over again. But for me, as an active participant, as one that came into it in the beginning, I'd say that this is a good entry point for those that weren't active in the inception of the Chimpers NFT token. Uh, yeah, token works. So again, these these Chipper NFT protocol chimps have a 1.2 or 1.1, I believe, uh, um, uh, 1.1 more than the actual floor because that's how the protocol works. The team brings out incentives for one to buy the protocol chips because then that's how it activates the flywheel where the protocol then uses that money to buy the token, this Chimster token, and burn it. 1% going to the strategy team because this is independent from the project, and 1% going to the Chimpers team. This is a great buy, by the way. I really wish all of these were cherry chimps so I could purchase them and actually like them. But this is not a bad one. This is not a bad one. I really wish this was over there. I don't want to spend 1 Ethereum on this. Okay. So we have it. Price on the coin at the moment is 0.00186. Um, and we have exciting news on this front. This is, I think, another touch point to talk about. Um, One thing I really like about a good NFT project is one where you're seen, one where there's opportunity to be part of the main team, the team that is crafting, the team that's executing, part of the leadership team in it. And we've recently had an event where a Chimpers community member in his real life, very accomplished, has decided to go all in on Web3 and try his luck at being, how would you say, at, at creating his own thing. He so famously said that NFTs are an intersection of technology, um, finance, and culture, and I think that's beautifully said. Um, yes, because this is not just an image, a digital asset. There's more to it, and so he has a history in banking, has developed his team. I will show you better the post so that way you guys get to see who this legend is. And as a community member, that makes me really happy and ambitious that if I'm able to bring something of value, that there could be a possibility that I could join maybe not this team, but another team. So, or one of the ones that I'm in, of course. It comes to a point where it's more about passion. I really love what I'm doing here. This is the reason why I'm going live. This is the reason why I'm talking about it, because I also, in talking about it, I'm learning. I'm like um, sort of like drilling it in my head, what this is, how I'm able to explain my investment in NFTs. This is going to be something that we read eventually because if you know, we've seen this on the stream before. Jaden, it's really great at writing out posts, and he recently had an interview with one of my co-founder CEOs, Insight, and I think it's going to be worth a good read. Let's look. So this is part of the ones that I say where there's being content being made from people interacting with Chimpy. Let's take a look at this real quick. It's really nice to talk to you. That's funny. That's funny. I think I put that for stream, or I put that for no. I could save that for Chimpers Tuesday. Next Chimpers Tuesday. Um, let's see. I need to look for the post. Oh, this is another perfect example of cultural roots being sowed in and spreading. This is a fan of Chimpy from Web 2, and he cosplayed as Chimpers. I find that so dope that he's creative and that he's a fan of this world. Dope, dope. I know, I think I've mentioned this, and this is our Master Chimpa plushie. So there's real products being made here. The majority of NFTs are going to be something great to see because they're going to be actual businesses. And if they don't turn to actual businesses, they will be getting left behind. Plain and simple. What? How do I get out of here? Oh, okay. I'll keep our friend there. We're almost there. We're almost there. This is the legend, by the way. Tyler. Let's see his profile real quick. It says on a long enough timeline, the floor price for every NFT drops to zero. Tyler, really? So this is, let's take a look at his message real quick. So this is probably the most personal post I have written on this app. A chapter of my life has just turned. After 20 years of productive career in traditional finance, I have decided to dedicate most of my time to Web3. I am not ready to share fully my name yet. A lot of people were doxxed in this space. I still need to unwind 2 decades spent operating in one of the most regulated and rigged industries out here. But it is time to tell you more about myself and what has been driving the account from day one. As many as you know, I was born in France, but I moved to London right after university to start my career in finance. London is where I met the love of my life, and it's been my home for the past 20 years. I've built my career and reputation as a structure in the market division of a top 5 investing bank. Okay, that's very important to highlight. If you're not familiar with the structure does, think of it as a professional Lego builder. One of the bank's job is to deliver complex and bespoke financial products to institution clients using a mix of standard market tools while navigating legal, regulatory, and accounting constraints. My edge was combining those skills to deliver creative product fast and clean. Most recently, I was given a chance to build a brand new business inside the bank. I hired more than 100 people. So he's a team builder, a leader, and took the team from zero to roughly 1 billion in revenue in 7 years. 1 billion. That's bonkers. So very a good resume. Yeah. I was an incredible. It was an incredible ride, rewarding financially, but even more so personal. I got to shape the culture and mindset of the entire division, which will always be something I am proud of. Money is important, but there's other things that are more important. But there was a catch. Since October 2021, when I bought my first NFT on MetaMask, my mind started to drift. I became less interested in spreadsheets, the credit risk memos, and bureaucracy. I fell in love with Web3 and never came back, even after making plenty of mistakes and losing money early on. The truth is, Web3 sits in the intersection of technology, finance, and culture. It has become harder and harder for me to stay at an institution that moves slowly and looks backwards. So here we are. I am excited, I am scared, but I know deep down that Web3 is where I need to take my energy and creativity next. I am walking away from my comfort of big salary and massive corporate safety net, but I am not walking away from my purpose. I want to build something that matters, something that moves the needle. And honestly, is there a more exciting place to build right now than Web3? I doubt it. I will see more of you will see more of me here. I will be joining more spaces, putting my voice out there, and getting more involved in the community. I have a particular skill set, and it is time to show how I can be applied to this world. Let's face it, Web3 is in dire need of new leadership, and I am excited to throw my hat in the ring. I have made an incredible friends in the space already, and I cannot wait to do more with all of you. Some big announcements coming soon, a new chapter. So that is a small introduction into who Tyler is, a long time community member with great skill sets. Okay, so this is where what I'm excited about. Hmm. Excuse all of that. Okay, so this is the main page of Chimpers on X. Chimpers on a mission to make you smile. 65.2K followers. We're delighted to announce that Tyler has joined Chimpers as Token Strategy Advisor, helping to shape and scale Chimpster as it integrates deeper into the Chimpers ecosystem and evolves into one of the leading strategy tokens in Web3. With over 20 years in traditional finance, we are here where he built and led a 1 billion plus business at a top global investment bank. Tyler has now gone full time into Web3, bringing his experience and vision to advance Jimper's mission. A long-time Jimper collector and active community member, he brings deep experience into tokenomics, structure, innovation, and ecosystem strategy alongside hands of experience across some Web3 strongest networks. In his role, Tyler will focus on developing and expanding the Chimpers ecosystem, Chimpster, excuse me, enhancing discovery and awareness, collaborating with Chimpers team on creativity integrations, driving key initiatives to define and communicate Chimpster framework, including contributions to the upcoming white paper. Tyler's blend of financial acumen, community insight, and passion for Web3 culture will be instrumental as we continue to build out the future of community aligned brand growth with Chimpster. And there you have it, the official memo of Tyler joining the Chimpers team. I think that's massive news. Again, we went through his skill set. We've talked about why strategy token works, um, how the brand Chimpers as a business is applying it to their ecosystem, and now we have a community member a longtime community member, very experienced financial background, joining the official team to help build out this um, initiative to that is Shimster, and I couldn't be more excited about it. Again, my financial advice, but it just yells at me that I should prioritize um, dollar cost averaging to Chimster, as there will be, as part of a community member, I am a community member, um, there will be a lot of use cases for it. And the thing about these coins is that if there's no actual use case, then there's no value really. But since token works has deflationary where supply is always burning, now you add adoption of the token into the brand's ecosystem, that creates value. And now you have again a community member that is well versed in finance, leading the way for Chimster. It just yells that the price that we saw just now is a great price to enter, and I'm slowly doing that to be fully transparent. But again, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But that's very exciting news for the Chimpers. Very exciting news for Tyler. He was a free agent for literally like 30, couple of hours. He's just too great to be a free agent for a long time. I'm just excited for him. Excited to see what the future holds for Chimpster. And I couldn't be more bullish on the future of Chimpers. Again, this is just the beginning. I feel like long-term play, being patient, being active, learning as we are doing right now is exciting. And I think a very good use of your time. So again, how I see it here is how are other teams, projects using the token strategy? Um, Look no further than the first project to integrate TokenWorks into their ecosystem, and that's Good Vibes Club, GVC Good Vibes Club. They recently made their white paper, and I can go on and mm, read it, but I don't know if I want to bore you guys to death. It's If you're interested in it, we can get to it. You let me know. But I think we're gonna do a little reset right now to kind of balance out the thing, and I'm gonna play a game. So let's go back to the Chimpers website here. All of these are little sub pages that you can go to, and I'm gonna go to the arcade. We're gonna pump up some volume, and I think I'm gonna do Dojo. Let's see real quick how the stream is doing. All right, so why is it putting okay. Real quick, we have one viewer on the One Step at a Time YouTube. I appreciate you so much. I really want to know who you are. Please leave a comment. Please leave a like. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day, precious time out of your day to watch a random guy just talk chimpers, talk NFTs. Um, and let's see where we're at here on X. Do, 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 do. On X. On X, we have 5 viewers. Each one of you is so important. Thank you so much. I appreciate each one of you. Again, I feel like if you're taking time out of your day and I don't provide some type of value, I'm doing you a disservice and I'm not being grateful or appreciative of you taking out your time. So I'm trying my best to deliver value every single day, bring genuine curiosity here, and yeah, just realness. It's not gonna be perfect, but that's the thing. We're not going for perfect. We're going for real, and this is just a person in this journey. So yeah, thank each every one of you. That is six, five on X, one on YouTube. Our last winner was Custom Horror. I gave out a nice edition of the New Dawn. There's gonna be a burning event, so hopefully he's able to participate in it. Or if he decides to keep it, that would be on him. But we're gonna be going through this. This is just the beginning. This is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. Um, and there will be more prizes. So please be active. Please share. Please like. Please leave comments. If there's stuff that you would like to see, please put it down there. I'll do my best to bring you what you want. But yeah, question, have you guys had a go at the arcade? Have you guys checked out the chimpers.com page? Let me know what your favorite game is. So this is the dojo. Why are they doing that? Let's try somebody new. Let's do the red eye. You ready? Get right. Yeah. Go. Double tap on left to right and you dash. No. 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 No way. One more time. X to punch, Z to kick, space bar to jump. There you go. We got drums. Let's go. Get wrecked. Right. Let's go. Now we're getting the floor, please. If you press S, you get shoot. You can only do that when you got the jump. Let's go, baby. Oh, we got the boss. That's Gordon. We got the boss. Oh, no way. else to the final boss, Gordon. Um, okay, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? This is a legend in the space. TLDR, the Vibe Wheel from Good Vibes Club is one of a kind experiment perfectly aligned with NFT holders for the first time ever. The GVC team is injecting and fueling Vibester with their own revenue and royalties. Um, yeah, so I think that's a good thing too, to see that the team, besides the adoption, they're putting like real business money into it. So we talked about in other streams where Chimpers has different revenue um, avenues where they will also buy more Chimpster and other token from Token Works for further alignment. Um, let's see where we at. Let's see higher. So let's take a look at what he puts here. The 5% of every GVC NFT sales is collected as enforced royalties. That's also very important. When you're buying from the collection, these are one of the only projects I believe that has a 5% royalties activated. So, which can be redirected into the flywheel at any time. 5% from their NFT collection on just OpenSea. Um, and I'm not sure of the other platforms, but I'm just specifically talking about OpenSea right now. And that can be used to buy more Vibester. Any revenue generated by Good Vibes Plug can also support the Vibe Wheel. It's a responsive system that reacts to its input. Okay, I'd love to see that. New era alignment. This is going to help me understand more about what strategy token is and how to properly integrate into a community. Again, it's a very important thing to note that token strategy is independent. It does have nothing to do with the the um, the NFT project itself. And this new era is where we see an adoption of that protocol. So here's the white paper for Vibester integration into VibeTown. The new era of alignment. The NFT space is fundamentally broken. For years, communities have been pulled apart by misaligned incentives. The, the coexistence of the fungible and non fungible asset makes perfect sense for a digital economy. Yet, coexistence alone isn't enough. What's missing is a mechanism that connects them together, a system where every participant shares in the brand's upside. Enter strategy token or STR. The strategy token is a permissionless rules based protocol that connects fungibles and NFTs in ways we haven't seen before. Why it works? It was a fair launch, no insider allocation or pre sales. Everyone entered through the same market conditions, including the team. I find that very important that the team buys at market price. Liquidity pool, a portion of every transaction feeds back into the ecosystem, connecting the fungible and NFTs directly. We've talked about this where when you're selling an NFT, the gains go to buying the token. 1% goes to the Token Works team, and the other percent goes to the team. And it's important to see how the team takes that 1% and uses it. Um, Deflationary growth creates scarcity. 9% supply burned in 1 month. So again, this is a very new technology, and it's really interesting that the 9% of the supply is already burned. So when I mean burned is destroyed, there is no more. The supply is reducing as also the NFT projects are finding ways to again interact it into the community, into the ecosystem. Perpetual, the protocol runs without permission. Incentive aligned. Team, token, community, and NFTs move as one. Every strategy token evolves differently based on the culture of the community championing it. So not all NFT tokens are made the same. The protocol um, and the token's value depends on the adoption. Ultimately, this creating a thriving and interconnected system that captures the creativity of fandom of the space we love. Together, Good Vibes and Token Works intend to prove that the next era of culture and value will be built on NFT brands. Token Works logo. The vision. What if the next evolution of brand building didn't separate the people who believe from the people who benefit? Again, we're in a space where people just want to, there are people that want to make money. Of course, that's one side of it. But there's some that just go in for it for the money and then that's it. So let's see how they approach that problem. The question has shaped Good Vibes Club. Years of design and world building laid the foundation for the idea that art, community, and value could move as one. When the people who power a brand also share in the upside, belief becomes utility and community becomes culture. This is why I geek out about NFTs and projects that are actually doing building an actual business and also have great communication with the community because it feels like we are all just one. We are all building here, and the upside we haven't really seen. I think ever where like you are in the beginning stages of this project, and as the project is building, getting mass recognition, and then creating revenue avenues, you are also gaining some upside on that. So a brand, fandom, both of you guys are winning in perpetuity. I find that to be massive, 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 and a great part of being a community member is seeing how the team rewards you for your participation. When the people who power the brand also share an upside, okay, I read that. At its core are three interconnected layers: NFTs, the art, the IP, and the identity. Badges. This is specifically for Good Vibes Club. The collector experience that rewards participation. The badges makes it really fun. hmm Vibester. Vibester, the infrastructure layer that connects everything. Together, they form a perpetual loop, one designed around the idea that the growth of the ecosystem benefits everyone involved. It is not about building bigger or faster, it's about building together. An alignment. Historically, most token models for NFT IP struggle. Time, time again, we've seen airdrops create a mass exodus that crashes ecosystem assets. TGEs have traditionally been excellent liquidity events for teams, community, and those who sit on their cap tables. They front load belief through capital instead of building it through participation. That's the problem I referenced earlier. Um, Capital itself isn't the problem when aligned. It accelerates great ideas, but rarely does it become reality. True alignment ensures every decision moves towards the same North Star, a community that expands because it's empowered to. Again, when it's done right, If you empower your community, the dividends will show. Let me take a water break. Okay. Um, Resulting in mind shift from how do you retain value to how do you collectively create and compound value cannot be overstated. That simply reframing transforms how teams operate. How do you collectively create and compound value? Again, it just makes you feel like you're part of the mission, part of the team. How communities engage, ultimately how ecosystems sustain themselves. That is why we chose no pre-sale, no private allocation, and no backdoor terms for investors. Both the company and our team members market bought alongside the community under the same conditions. This gives GVC two enduring advantages: freedom to build without compromise, alignment that allows believers to capture the upside of what they help create. Very important. Vibester. Is there sound here? No, no sound. The ecosystem. I should be taking down notes. If you in NYC, did you go out and vote? Did you go out and vote? Because I'm gonna start writing with my voted pen. Okay, so there's three layers on the loop. Again, this is a machine that feeds into itself, so we would like to see how Good Vibes implements this. NFTs, and identity. Owning a GVC represents participation and a passport to everything built around your digital identity. It is the foundation of the IP and community. Badges, collectors experience. They add a whole new layer of collectivity, turning engagement into recognition and reward. Badges represents a living record of your journey in the community. They determine eligibility to claim rewards on a ongoing basis from the rewards pool. Vibester, the architecture. Vibesters acts as a framework that connects everything together. Owning Vibester is your entry point into Vibetown, linking the collectors community to the liquidity that exists around fungibles. The speculation is that is the speculation that is inherently a component of the NFTs now has a place to exist. One that is a net positive for the collector everywhere. For Good Vibes Club, Vibester becomes a system that thrives off speculative volatility, adjacent yet connected to the NFT itself. The Vibe Wheel. The Vibe Wheel is the living engine that powers Vibe Town. Okay. So we see the beefy pins. Is this the Good Vibes Socials Club? We see the Vibes to token here. The Good Vibes logo. We see other pins for the captain hat. You get the gist. These are like what the pins look like. So this is the vibe wheel or the vibe spin. So you have trading fees to accumulate. These are the ones that they're getting for um, the good vibe. Sorry about that. Um, the token strategy, the NFT royalties that they get that we mentioned the 5%. We have the 1% protocol fees that the team gets for the sale of an NFT. And that goes and feeds in the wheel, and then out you get rewarding for badges. Rewards for badges collectors. You get buys and burns Vibester, buys NFTs, and adds to the reserve. Again, I feel like the reserve is super duper important because this is how you get rewarded. So where does the money go, and how they give it out to community is very important to see where the intentions of the project is. How it works: 8% of every Vibester trade flows into Vibe strategy, which accumulates funds to buy GVCs. Strategies purchased. Oh, sorry, strategies purchased GVCs are listed at a 1.1x. They're okay, so this is pretty cool. This is gonna show you exactly in better way than I could possibly explain how this strategy works, right? Um, oh man, sorry about that. Kind of cold. Strategies purchased GVC are listed at 1.x their purchase price. So by that they mean what you see on OpenSea is not the same thing you see on strategy. There's a reason why they're a little bit more up price. When we sold, the proceeds automatically buy and burn Vibester. So again, this is pretty cool because the protocol is there. It automatically does that. It buys and burns Vibester, reducing supply, making token deflationary. GVC stays listed until purchase, effectively storing energy that can be released later. 1% of every Vibester trades goes to the rewards pool. So the 1% that they get goes into the rewards pool, used to reward badges holders for loyalty and contribution. 5% of every GVC NFT sales is collected as enforced royalties, which can be redirected into the flywheel at any time. Um, so it's not automatic. It's when the team feels that it's appropriate to do that. But again, a project having enforced royalties is really, really important. Again, this is an avenue where the team is generating um, cash or money to have a treasure chest to hold for deployment later on. Can be redirected to the flywheel anytime. Any revenue generated by GVC Good Vibes Club can also support the vibe wheel. By any revenue, I believe that they're going to be talking about like their in real life business. You will hear that the IRL side of things, how are they generating? Well, GVC has their own website too. So I guess maybe a perfect example would be like their merchandise. For example, I've used a shirt before. I have a tote bag, and they have physical prints as well. Any generated, okay, Vibester allows us to inject the benefit of a brand coin, which you see a lot of these projects doing. And I feel like since they have so much going on, they're not doing it properly. And this is why this token era is so important because now you stay away from you don't have to deal with those headaches, and you integrate an independent protocol. The 1% protocol fees accrues value in the rewards pool. NFT royalties support token, and the token supports the NFT floor. Now we have a meaningful mechanism to integrate products launches with Vibester to give back to the people who make GVC what it is, all of you. By introducing a connected fungible token, we are able to extend liquidity, expand the brand to a wider audience, and capture the energy of a more kinetic market, absorbing it and dishing it back out to badge holders. In motion, Vibester becomes more than a token, the vibe wheel. It becomes a mirror of participation, a perpetual call option on the success of the brand. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Take a water break. Chew some gum. I guess chew some gum. Or yeah, drink some water. How's your Thursday going? What have you been doing? Any wins today? Have you tried to do something different? We are approaching the end of the year. How is the next year going to be any different for you? Are you building out that person that you want to be? Oh no. Let me exit this out. Am I still live? Let me look. Let me look. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Mm. Yep, still live. Let's go. So our viewer on YouTube left. It's okay. All good. No, still there. Okay, let's go. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to you for sticking around. I hope you're gaining some type of value here. I hope you're learning. I hope you're interested. You know, it's not to buy the thing, but it's more about jumping into the space if you haven't to see the magic that is behind NFTs and technology. There are 7 people now, so that's 2 more. Shout out to you two guys that came, people that came in. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to learn with this guy, um, the Cherry Chimp, Chimper669, the Cherry Chimp Chronicle stream, diving deeper into Vibester and how other people are using it. By other people, I mean teams. How teams are integrating it. And as we've seen here, GVC is creating the blueprint. Um, Chimpers is another project that is creating a blueprint. Eventually, I will believe that there will be no need for a token to be made from the project when strategy, the independent, is the way. Okay, so project eruption. Let's see what that means. Something is building, and we call it project eruption. A reimagining of what a loyalty reward program can be, powered by the vibe wheel and the collective motion it creates. Starting with 1% protocol fees occurred from Vibester, excuse me, and designed to give back to the people who become Vibe Town what it is. Oh, sorry, who helped make Vibe Town what it is forever. That's their pledge. This is forever. This is not a fad. This is not something that's going to go away. It's forever. While more will be revealed in the coming weeks, what's important to know is this: collecting matters. Grails trades will be recognized. Okay, so as we go through, we can search this up, but I think we've mentioned this in streams. Like if you go to a collection, I really like to check. While we at it, let's take a breather on this real quick. Um, Again, OpenSea is my default page. I always go to OpenSea. I don't use no other thing. It's just OpenSea. We no. Why are you making sound, bro? Don't make sound. Okay, this is the Good Vibes collection. And by traits, we mean maybe the gold hair, the robo visors. You can see their color traits. Um, you see how this one has pins. This is the beefy, the red IB, the red plastic, and so on. So as you go through the collection, you will see some are rarer than others, and we've seen how you can do this. The traits are there. There's a trait section. I really like to. It made it more easier the update to look through it, but here you have that the bucket hat is a 0.32% trait, which means that there's only 22 of these out of excuse me, out of the 6,968 items available, which makes it pretty rare. But obviously there are more rarer ones out there. So again, uh, I advise you to shop what you like. That's always been an advice that I've heard from other people, and advice that I feel to be true, because I'm not looking at floor price for my NFTs. My NFTs are stored away safely because I don't care. I don't have an intention to sell. I love my NFTs. I like the traits that I bought, and that's why they're there. So yeah, This is the Good Vibes Club. I really love the art. These are like the one that I mentioned is a little rarer. Pretty cool tray here. This is like the 4D, I believe. Where are you? Where are you? Oh no, the bubble goggles is a 1% trait, and there's 92 of these in the collection. So you get the gist. This is how we shop for traits, right? Again, when you get into the thing of things, GVC is building out this world. Grayscales will have their part in Bogtown. We've seen how they built out, so how they built out for the gold trade. They built out Chateau de Gold, and yeah, so they've become one of the most sought out after traits, the old gold ones. Um, and of course, there's gonna be grails like the Cosmic Guardian. We can look up the Cosmic Guardian real quick. Um, Rarities. No, no. Where are you traits? Type? Yeah, I guess we can look at the type. Make these visors go hard. Real quick, real quick, real quick. Okay, right there. Rainbow visors. That's a 1%. 85 of them. Only 85 out of 6,968. Come on, man. That's type rare. Um, so I guess traits, right? Types. I ain't got no time. Okay, so this is the ones that I mean. These are like one of ones, and there's only 69 of these. These are Cosmic Guardians. As you can tell, these go for a higher price here. This is one for 3.75 ETH. It's not a bad looking one, bro. This one looks on fire. So 12K. Um, and yeah, yep, yep. So yeah, the art is fire. This bucket hat one goes so hard. I love that one. Okay, so you get the gist. Let's go back to X. Yeah, so grails and traits will be recognized. Holding matters. Both of the art and tokens in harmony. Participation matters because what's built here runs on a collective motion. This is being this is beginning of a living engine, one that compounds the more it expands. Every so often, the energy will reach critical mass. When it does, it will erupt in unpredictable, undeniable ways, always in favor of those who stay aligned. No farming, no shortcuts. Just shared expansion through aligned incentives, appreciation for art, and infectious of good vibes. Stay tuned. And here we have the main character, Craig, Vibester. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know your thoughts on what I've just read. Does Vibester um, pique your interest? Do you maybe as an NFT holder have you participated in strategy token? What are your thoughts, your views on it? How is your project that you're in implementing it? And again, if you want to read this by yourself, take notes by yourself, you can always go to the Good Vibes Club um, page, and that's at Good Vibes Club, and you can read it on your own. So again, just sharing some knowledge, learning as I go with you. I think I've reached a good drop-off point because if I go any further, I might get bored, and I don't want to get bored. So I want to keep making it fun. So yeah, I wish you guys a good rest of your Thursday. Yeah, if you have any plans, also share that. What does your Thursday look like? What are the vibes? What are the pun intended for the rest of your day? I gotta work, so that's my vibe. So I gotta start getting ready. Um, but yeah, I appreciate every single one of you guys that came in, dropped off, came in, all of you guys. Um, make it so I'm not talking to myself or to the void, but it's just really somebody that is curious, really wanting to learn, and also like jumping into arena because I so often feel like, dude, I want to do this and I don't, and I just see other people doing what I want to do, and it makes me have regret. And so I don't want to live life with regret. I want to do the stuff that I like. And so this is it, a nice intersection between one step at a time, where I started a journey there, and crypto Twitter, and NFTs, and it's just that person on that journey learning, and yeah, hopefully I get a full understanding of this, and hopefully there's good times coming up because this is something that I've been doing for quite a while now, and it's just a way to get it out there. So yeah, I hope you guys had some type of value from it, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. With that being said, wherever you guys are at, I hope you guys are having a blessed day. Stay safe, love. And now it's time to close the stream, and I'll do that playing the game. Get wrecked. What? So what I did there, so when you have this, just press S, and you can put in the key. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I think that's more for like not getting damaged. I think it is I'm not getting damaged. No, no. I'm fumbling the ball right now. Uh-oh. Boss time, let's go. Oh, I need to get better at I ran into that. Come on, man. I'll get you. I'll get you. Alright, so let's close this stream out.